explain to the people of the United States why this particular crucifixion is an act of faith.
Mr. President, what are you waiting for? Fire Scott. Close down Mount Thunder. Declare a state of martial law.
Then where do I stand?
And that's another good point. When different groups try to take over, then the answer is martial law, which is the same thing. So there's a great danger in revolution. And that's the point that's made there. A very sophisticated film. You can rent it on Netflix or buy it at the movie store. The point is you should see 7 Days in May. Continuing here with the clips. We had clip number 5 and number 6 here. Yeah, this is General Scott asked the Marine Corps commander if he'll go along with this or if he stands for the Constitution. And when the Marine Corps commander says, I stand for the Constitution, he says, then you take a vacation. That's basically how the system finds good and evil people. If you're good and they have you answer a questionnaire, they say, oh, you're a good person now. We're going to put you in supply or Antarctica. But if you're a corrupt globalist, then they actually bring you in to run operations. Here's that clip.
This country's in trouble, Jiggs. Deep trouble. Now, there are 2 ways we can handle this. We can sit here on our duffs and ask for divine guidance. Or we can what, Jiggs? What would your advice be?
Well, sir, we're a nation of laws, of rules. We're military men, so we've taken an oath to uphold the Constitution.
The democratic way.
Yes, sir, the democratic way.
You're right, Jiggs. You're absolutely right. You know, Jiggs, you've been working too hard on this damned alert. You look tired. Why don't you take the rest of the week off?
Unbelievable. Let's continue here. This has always been a threat to our country, folks, and now we're up to the line here. It's really happening. It's not a movie. Here's another clip where the President of the United States confronts General Scott on establishing secret base without knowledge of the President, the budget office in Congress, Iran-Contra, all of that, the black sites, the torture sites around the world. And there's a succession of clips while they debate that. Here it is.
You have used, without my authority, substantial sums from the Joint Chiefs Contingency Fund to establish a base and to train a special unit of troops whose purpose and even whose existence was kept secret from me, from responsible officials of the Bureau of the Budget, and members of the Congress.
And the name of that unit?
You know the unit. Its designation is ECOMCON. You accuse me of having lost their faith, deliberately and criminally shut my ears to the national voice.
I do.
Where the hell have you heard that voice, General? In dark alleys? In secret places in the dead of night? How did that voice seep into a locked room full of conspirators? That's not where you hear the voice of the people, General, not in this republic. You want to defend the United States of America, then defend it with the tools it supplies you with, its Constitution. You ask for a mandate, General, from a ballot box. You don't steal it after midnight.
And then there's a clip where a senator tries to get into the secret base and gets locked up and they get out. Here's a clip of that.
Right now, the government of the United States is sitting on top of the Washington Monument, right on the very point, tipping right and left and ready to fall off and break up on the pavement. There are just a handful of men who can prevent that. And you're one of them. I'm going to tell you the damnedest story you ever heard.
That's all for tonight, Sergeant. You're relieved. I'm taking the civilian in my custody.
I'm sorry, Colonel, but I have orders that the civilian is not to leave the base, sir.
Oh, that's all right, Sergeant. I'm countermanding those orders and escorting the civilian into town.
Well, sir, now, I don't know. Colonel Broderick said that
Throw those keys over here. Eject that cartridge belt and throw it down on the ground.
Do we have people today that blow the whistle on government corruption? Yeah, Pat Tillman did, and they killed him. Point is, we've got the same problems today, but people blew the whistle inside the ATF and the government shipping guns into Mexico to blame the Second Amendment. We'd be in a lot worse shape today if it wasn't for all those silent people that did their duty. I won't even call them heroes. This idea of doing the right thing, it's not heroic, okay? Doing the right thing is not heroic. It's self-preservation. It's common sense. It's a survival instinct. If you let somebody enslave a bunch of innocent people or kill a bunch of innocent people, then you would allow that to yourself. It's common sense. It's not wimpy to have empathy, to feel somebody's pain. It's normal. It's a human instinct. And it's because we've gotten accustomed to going along with other people's pain as long as it's not us. That's weakened us all. That's where you lose your humanity, your womanhood, your manhood. And I'm not giving mine up. My feelings are my strength, not a weakness like these psychopaths tell us. I want my feelings. I see things and know things they'll never know because I'm tied into the universe. I'm not here to stomp on a bunch of innocents. Let's go to this final clip here. This is the ending. We're going to go to this in a moment. This is the ending of the clip where the general's basically been confronted.
And then we'll see which one of us the United States will follow. This will be delivered at 9 o'clock tonight on all major networks. I'll be taping it in 1 hour.
This is strong stuff, General. Are you sure?
Thank you, General.
General, if he accuses us of sedition, whether he has the proof or not, this could be a pretty sticky business.
Jordan Lyman is finished.
The papers just handed me are the resignations of Generals Hardesty, Riley, and Diefenbach.
The point of this treaty, and I've reiterated this on a number of occasions, is that in every true sense, we force ourselves gradually to step away from an offensive posture. We gradually move away from that that moment of madness.
Where to, sir?
By accident or design, someone would push that button in the...
Sir?
Take me home.
So basically, it all ends with he tries to launch martial law. His own generals say no. The president confronts him. He backs off. The president goes public. But what do you do when the president's been bought off by the same interest? You know, this is a movie about the military saying no to the globalist takeover. They were worried about that then. That can be turned around today. Will our military follow the globalist takeover of the Bill of Rights and Constitution? Now, in closing, before we go to this important Don Corzine interview that I think you'll enjoy, a little comic relief here, we have something serious. You know, I've done some breakdowns, and we have some video clips here of what LCRA here in Austin has bought and what other police boats in New York have bought. On average, they cost $50,000 to $100,000. That boat right there, which is a big, fancy hot rod, sucked off of taxpayers and countless tickets, costs $600,000 plus and hundreds of thousands a year to maintain. And so all the tough guys can ride around on it all day. And now they're going to have more of these police interceptor boats out harassing on the lake, fighting Al-Qaeda, who's led into our country. And so I just wanted to point out that they are bankrupting our nation with this, and it's going on everywhere in Homeland Security with your federal taxes. Did pay for this, and it's another boondoggle. Because I know boats, ladies and gentlemen, that's about a $100,000 boat, $600,000+. Here is Darren McBreen's report on that.
We're here for the unveiling of the new DPS patrol vessel. It's a 34-foot shallow water interceptor, and it's going to begin patrolling the Rio Grande River and international lakes in 2012.
My name is Steve McCrum, the Director of the Texas Department of Public Safety.
Can you describe what the boats are, how much they cost, who manufactured them?
Well, the cost is a little under $600,000 to fully equip with all the law enforcement gear, the tactical equipment, as well as the optics on it and the weaponry. It was manufactured in Florida. These are the type of, not unlike what you'd see in tactical situations that the military would employ. And this is the first of 6 that we're acquiring. We are getting 5 additional. In fact, today marks the first day of standing up a maritime tactical unit within the Texas Department of Public Safety, and there will be, as I said, 5 additional ones. There'll be 6, and they'll be patrolling, instead of the highways, they'll be patrolling the riverways. I expect that by summer we'll have them all up and running. They're all being built right now. There's two additional ones underway, and so we'll keep rolling them out as we get them and get the troops trained in tactical operations and also riverine operations. We used grant funds, discretionary grant funds that we had, and for Homeland Security, and we also use general revenue. The legislature, in fact, were directed that we use through a rider that we use some of those funds specifically for this purpose. After they had an opportunity to view some of our tactical operations on the border and some of our vulnerabilities and gaps. There are different grant programs, and there's a variety of them that can be used, and there are limitations in grant guidance, but this is clearly the way we purchase this will fall within the grant guidance. And how we use it, again, it's there to address the full spectrum of threats, whatever they are.
Is there no end? 6 boats at $600,000 apiece, and that's a $100,000 boat. So they can harass you when you're on the lake. I mean, I won't even go on the lakes. You get harassed so much. I live in a country run by crooks where I'm treated like a criminal. And this guy means, well, everything. Oh, some will be at the border fighting drug shipments. Buddy, have you not read the news? The government ships in almost all the drugs. You guys are just there to bust anybody that doesn't get the authorization. 8 federal agencies, state agencies involved in all of it. And I drove to work this morning and saw 5 state police cars giving people tickets for driving 5 miles over the speed limit while they let illegal aliens and everything else go. I mean, and let Corzine rip everybody off. It is truly unbelievable, and I, for one, have had enough of it. No, when we have people like John Corzine, the big White House financial advisor, the former head of Goldman Sachs, stealing billions of dollars and saying, I don't know where it went and I'm not going to discuss it, and Congress is like, okay, well, thank you. We've got a serious issue. So I thought we would talk to, the evil spirit that possesses John Corzine, Don Corleone, John Corzine, directly teleporting in from Hades, orbiting a deep space galactic nebula. And he joins us right now, top hat and all, to explain to us why he's doing what he's doing. Well, it's good to talk to you. I know you're proud of all of your looting and creative destruction, Mr. Corzine. It's good to have you here, Mr. Beelzebub or Corzine. Beelzebub, I know is the proper name. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's incredible. All the people are going to throw out of their houses, and we've almost shut down all the industry, and only if you're a globalist insider we'll be able to even operate and do business, and we're setting the precedent to steal everything. Oh, I didn't realize the interview was live right now, but it doesn't matter if I got caught saying that. Just like the ATF got caught shipping all those guns into Mexico and their own memos saying they blame it on the Second Amendment. Nothing will be done to the Attorney General, and nothing will be done to me because we've got criminals in place everywhere, and it doesn't matter if you're stolen billions out of your private accounts from MF Global. It's right under someone's nose. No one can stop us. Oh, but I'm a good person that cares. I don't know where the money is. I'm sorry. You wanted to interview me. I'm here now to be talked to by you.
Wow, you give a new definition to the name fast talker. Look, nobody's buying you in Congress saying that you have no idea what went on and that you have no idea where the money went. So why don't you just go ahead and tell us where the money is?
Oh, I spoke before the Honorable Congress, and I have $35,000 plate dinners with the Honorable Obama. And just like we got away with it, some people would say, but of course we didn't. We're doing God's work, as one of my counterparts said, the head of Goldman Sachs. Just like we were able to take 16 plus trillion and transfer it to our foreign subsidiaries, we're going to be able to do this as well. You think 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion of people's private segregated accounts of a company we took over is a big deal? It's nothing. Because, see, I am distinguished. I'm wearing a top hat, I'm wearing a suit, and I have a beard, a grandfatherly beard. And so everything is fine.
Okay, we understand you're trendy and